funny feeling in my tummy.
Let's move on to qualifying, Max, for the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Malaysia.
And Ferrari are back, baby.
Well, they've reasserted themselves, haven't they?
They had all those problems in Albert Park, but they're back with Massa, who's got some speed. A big gap to Kimi. So
Massa put out a blinder in anyone's language. It was a great lap, and I think it's wonderful to see Ferrari go from the outhouse to the penthouse after last week's race. I mean, talk about a race to forget, mate. They had engine issues. They made rookie mistakes, both of them, last week. I mean, as you said, Massa at turn one, but Kimi, these guys were trying to overdrive the car, and I can understand they're trying to make up positions and the like, but I mean, gee whiz, I've not seen mistakes from them like this before. But the important thing is that they're on the front row in Malaysia, mate.
they are. They're very strong, and Trilly in P3. I'm guessing he's got about 6 laps worth of fuel in, Max. When you're watching the race,
man, that's harsh.
No, when you're watching the race and you're just settling in, you got your beer or your coffee or whatever. Pretty much by the time you finish that drink, one of those. Pretty much by the time you finished it, I reckon Trilly will be in the pits getting some more juice, mate.
Or a front nose replacement.
Either that or Toyota's doing very, very, very well, and they've improved massively. But when I saw the grid and I saw Trilly in P3, I thought, okay, well, he's light. I mean, it's a natural thing to think, I think.
Oh man, he qualified P5, but with the penalties, he's up to P3. I think it's unreal. The Toyota, at the end of the day, from what I saw in Australia and what I've seen qualifying so far, mate, they're looking to get back to their 2005 form. I mean, they're doing all right, and I think it's wonderful to see a Toyota starting on the clean side of the track, mate, in P3, and Trilly's explosively quick over one lap. Let's see how he does, mate, from P3 in the Grand Prix.
He's explosively
strategy.
He's explosively quick and explosively light.
So, okay.
Just watch him come in.
You heard it here first.
And mate, moving on, the BMWs did well again, sort of proving, a lot of people right, saying they're going to take the next step, and they're right up there on the grid
so far.
Again,
they've done nothing, mate. They've done nothing wrong. I mean, we're only one race into the season. Pep and I both understand that. But in qualifying for today or tonight's Sepang Grand Prix, BMW haven't put a foot wrong. I mean, they've done really well, and I've been impressed with them both in the off season and in the first race and qualifying for this race. I'm hoping they do well, mate.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm tipping them to do well.
Well, mates, then we've got Weber, but we won't talk about that, and some Renaults and things like that. It's kind of the usual suspects going on from there.
But mate, how good is it going to be to see Fernando Alonso starting in, what is it, P7?
Yeah.
Having Lewis in P9.
Right behind him, yeah.
Taking in P8, but Lewis in P9. I wonder what the radio would be saying in Lewis's helmet, in Hakey's helmet. Move out of the way, let Lewis through. He wants Alonso. Sure, I remove. I mean, how good will this be? Having Lewis come up against his arch rival Alonso, and what will Alonso do to keep him out?
Yeah, well, it's pretty tight.
Good.
It's pretty tight into turn one, and who knows? There might be a little incident there, Max.
We're not calling it or anything. No, we don't want any argy-bargy, but there just could be. But mate, I think that'll be tantalising to watch. What did you think about Williams and their qualifying?
I think Williams are...
Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Podium last week,
and then
Nico qualifying 16th this week.
Yeah.
Naka lost 10 places because of his penalty, starts last in 22nd, but Rosberg,
it just shows you what this wacky Formula One thing's all about, Max. You can be right up the top and then nowhere.
It's mental.
Yeah.
I think he had too much schnapps before he went out qualifying, Pep, and the schnapps will do it to you. I mean, P16, but I mean, from what he was saying, I couldn't get any heat into the tyres, and with the track being resurfaced and all this sort of thing, our car just doesn't want to stick to it, and I'm sliding everywhere. And as you quite rightly pointed out to me, that's interesting because 21 of the other drivers
exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Same track. pretty much same conditions or similar conditions.
Yeah.
So I found that very interesting that Nico would turn around and say that, you know, there's issues here after getting a podium last week in Australia. Tough race ahead, I think, for Williams.
Alright guys, well thanks for watching as always, and please leave us your comments or send us an email. There's been lots of good comments lately.
It has been great.
And we'll see you next time.
Alright guys, enjoy the race.
Yep. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Uh-huh.